Yes. Hey. Oh my. Got the dumpster fire out. Because the dumpster fire has been my day. I've been sitting in front of my computer doing dumpster fire projects. And what I mean by that is every project I didn't turn out so good. But I'm going to share them with you today. I'm going to share my dumpster fires for you today. That's part of the whole creative process, right? Learning new things. I don't even know where to start. Well, yesterday I was working on, okay, we'll start there with this one. So I was working on some flowers, and I was doing them in Blender, and I was trying to get them to dance. As you can see, they're kind of dancing. And if I put them over here on the color, there we go. Changed it over. When I got them kind of all popping together, I put them in an array around a single center one. I don't know what happened to the color on the ones around the white, and also apparently I don't know what happened to the movement on those either, and I can't seem to turn them off. So guess what? I get to do this again. I will get this. The thing is, when you got things like this that frustrate you, that means you're learning stuff. And so I think that's pretty cool. Let's see, I'll put myself back up here. There we go. There. And then I changed my shirt from yesterday. Okay, I changed shirts, if you can imagine that. I changed my shirt. And so my color correction is all off for the thing here. So you're seeing a little bit of my purple back here because my background, instead of being the green screen, is purple because the green was doing weird things. So I stayed up until 1:30 in the morning working on that silly Blender dancing flower thing. Felt really good when I went to bed. Excuse me, I had to take a drink. Yes. Felt really good when I went to bed, woke up, was working on it, and then I don't know, I screwed it all up. Oh, that's what happens when you got a new, very complicated program. And of course, I've got my little blue devil on this is taunting me. Yeah, with this one weird eye. Anyway, and then after that, I saw a news article, and there were people, I'm learning Blender so I can use my 3D printer better, right? So I saw people that were doing the, what can I say? They were 3D printing masks for people. So I decided that I'd download one and I would get it started. Check that out. There's my printer right now, live, downstairs, printing. We have it downstairs on the concrete floor, or so that it's on the concrete. I had it up here in the studio, and every time we walked across the studio, it would shake just enough to make those fine lines. Let me put myself back on here because that's not all that interesting, I don't think. It might be. There we go. Doing all the fine lines on it, and I'll show you here. So this is my third try on this particular mask, and all I'm doing, it's a mask. It comes in 3 pieces. There's the mask that goes over your face, and then there's a filter holder goes in this side, and then another filter holder that goes on the inside. And so, well, this was a filter holder, all one piece. This is all supposed to go together like that. And it's supposed to come off the, it prints like this and goes around and round and round. Okay, and so this piece came loose from this piece when I pulled it off the bed. See? So I made some adjustments, and then I did the with that I did the both the inside and outside piece. So, and then this is my latest trial, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a whole bunch of, let me get it in there. There's a whole bunch of, see all this? That's what, I don't know what caused that, but it's also really curved. And it was sitting in there and moving around with the head. It was like this on, and the head was coming like this, and it was going with it. Yeah. This was, and I also did this at the same time. See, there's actually, if I move aside here, there's two pieces on there. You can see there's the square piece that it's on right now, going round and round. And then there's this piece. And I don't know if I'm just going to have to do each one by itself. And then I haven't tried the mask yet. I figured I have to get these to work right first. But believe it or not, the very first one did give me one good piece. It's got a little bit of stringies in it too. But that would work. I don't know if it'll snap in to the bigger piece because I haven't printed the bigger piece yet. But I'm doing them all at the same scale. So, there was a second dumpster fire today. So, that's fun. So, on top of that, I thought, wouldn't it be cool, because this is like a plague, doing a plague mask and filter from the mask that I downloaded, which I could do in Blender. And let me go ahead and turn off that. I'm going to turn off that, and I'm going to turn this one on. There we go. And I'm going to turn off my logo, and there we go. Anyway, so this is my attempt. This is my second attempt at doing a plague mask. So let me get it active so I can move it around. Okay, it was asking me if I wanted to save that Blender. Okay, so I'm going to move this around. And you're welcome to comment. This is why I do these things. So at least I talk to some people, and I see there's a couple people on. But I don't know who it is until you come on and say hi. Anyway, let's see. Let's get here we go. We'll just move this around. This is my plague mask. See, this is the front piece. It just looks like, typically it's just round. It has just and then the mask thing is up on front. But I've adjusted it so that the filter will be underneath, which I was thinking that'd be kind of cool, because that's one of those things that, anyway, and so there'd be underneath on the bottom, which I thought kind of added to it. Anyway, I'm going to make me one of these, and I'm going to make it black. And I just made it purple so that you could see it better on the, here, if I go down here and I can make it black. So that's the other project that I was doing. And of course, this is like my second try to do this. Building this out, I got what they call inversed sides, so inverse normals. So I'll show you what that looks like. So everything in blue is properly, it shows forward. I mean, it's supposed to be on the outside. Everything that's red is says it's supposed to be facing on the inside, which is weird. Hi, Janine, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just trying to show everybody what I've been doing. I've been getting on at 4 o'clock, and maybe somebody would think it'd be fun to see what kind of creative stuff I come up with. I don't know. But see, all that, even though it's on the inside, it's supposed to still be blue because this does have a thickness to it. And so that's going to be a problem when I try to print it. So I'm going to try to go in here and show you yeah, there we go. We got kind of in between there. There's the blue and the blue. The red's inside. So it's like hollow. So that's one of my problems with this. So I'm going to have to redo that one too. My dumpster fire. So, Janine, are you watching me instead of the president? He's been yammering on there for a while. Anyway, so that's the fun things that I've been doing today. My dumpster fire's full of stuff. So I've got let me get myself back on here. And let me go back into some place that's a little bit more, there we go. I was on the Orville the other day. I got to put blender away. There we go. And I'm going to bring back my Blue Devil. Well, yes, I want to do that mask for the printer. It's a filter mask that I've altered. And I guess you came in a little late. It's a filter mask that I altered. And I'm going to, I'm printing it right now. I'll show you again. There's my 3D printer right now, printing pieces. It's just working away. Isn't that fun? And it's looking like it's going to be way more successful than my last ones. So I saw this show on the news, or it was a part of the news. What I want to go there? Well, I don't know. It's a plague thing. Anyway, yeah, and I will wear it when I go out. If I can ever get that mask to work. Anyway, what I'm printing right now is a regular mask. Not everybody is crazy like I am and want to wear the plague mask. But I'm going to try to get that just so. But I saw somebody on the news. It was local news, and he's 3D printing and doing a Kickstarter with this 3D printing of his masks, and he's going to give them to the hospitals here, so that everybody can have one. And then I found out that a friend of mine's niece, who I also know, they're actually having to provide their own masks. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's kind of redundant on the POTUS, Janine, and I'm so sick of it, and that's why I am just burying myself in every creative project I can think of, like obsessively. And so on the masks, he was doing these masks and offering. I'll come back on so you can see my weird face. Okay, so he was and he was doing a Kickstarter for it, and so I thought, well, I've got a 3D printer. I wonder where he got his downloads. So I went out, and he doesn't make these downloads available anywhere because they're free. And there are several different designs. And so I picked one, and I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna print one for my friend's niece, and one for Chuck, and one for Dylan, and one for myself, and we'll go from there if I can have any success. Now, you didn't come in. This is my third attempt. This is one of them that I tried to print. See all these little hairy things? That's not supposed to be on there. And then that same piece, see? It's all supposed to go on together like that. Yeah, it just kind of fell apart. Oh well. Dumpster fires. Lots and lots of dumpster fires today. Yeah. Let's see. Got the 3D printer going. It's kind of nice. I can keep an eye on my 3D printer. Get over here. Yeah. My little blue devil. We'll put her away for a little bit. Maybe I can bring somebody else up. Yeah, all this stuff with the computer. Oh, I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday. Working on the silly flower thing. And that silly flower thing is still beating me. I just need to go practical. I can do the sculpting and then the making of things, altering of things in Blender well enough. I'm going to say well enough to get by. Okay. I'll make my confession. Oop. There's my little Android Singularity. She's not AI because she just kind of sits there and watches and makes fun of me. So, and looks to the side like, can you believe she's actually saying these things? Oh, Janine, totally. Wear your mask, wash your hands, wear your plastic gloves. I'm going to go out and well, the thing is, this mask I'm making is completely plastic, and it's also, you can use filters from your air conditioning system, rated, what are they? MERV 13 or 16, and it should keep some of that stuff from going on. And I also looked it up. It's weird. Cotton does better than pillowcases, or scarves, or like a bandana. And just above cotton is vacuum cleaner bags, and then of course a surgical mask. So I think the idea is to keep from shedding on everybody. I think it's weird that they call it shedding, because what you're doing is it's just coming off of you. Yeah, it's shedding. I just think it's a weird thing, because I don't think of excuse me, I got it. I don't think shedding as I think more of it is a hair thing rather than like a germy thing. The world is just changing. It will change forever. The terms that we're going to use and everything. I don't know if I like that. I kind of like it. Yes. It's interesting. They keep telling us that, well, for a long time they were saying that, it won't matter if you have a mask on or not. I'm like, what? You can't tell me that not wearing a mask is it any better? It's going to do something in and out. Keep you from getting something in or putting stuff out. I mean, it's only fair for everybody else. And Dillon's and Walmart and Walgreens or wherever else I might want to go, they're Petri dishes. If you're going to get it, that's where you're going to get it. I'm not going to probably get it from the two people that I see every day. Yeah, I probably not. Except Dylan does go to his one friend's house. And of course, he's an adult, so I can't like tell him no. I guess I could tell him he can't come home if he leaves. But it is kind of nice having everybody here. Yeah, and oh, it's the weekend, so my husband's home this weekend. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to have his drill. I don't know. Am I ever going to have a day that's just all mine again? Oh, that's what I had today. They left me alone. They were working on the basement. I think I talked about that yesterday. Dylan's wanting to move all of his stuff to the basements because it's cooler. Yeah, you might want to know. I have an adult son living with us. We have a pretty good sized house. And, you know, there's no sense. I mean, he's not married, not looking to get married. And there's no sense in him paying extra. He needs to put that money aside. So that's what we've been doing. I'm paying lots of extra. That's what I mean. So he does his share. So and he got back from New York let's see. Gosh, has it been a year? No, has not been a year. Goodness sakes, I've got some the pollen came out again. And I've been running up and down watching my yep, it's still printing. Watching my 3D printer downstairs, running up and down because it's giving me this kind of problem. I've had good luck with the printer. Well, when the printer works, it works great. But when it doesn't work great. And I think it's mostly user error. I'm going to assume that it's just user error. I don't know my machine. Oh, it irked me all to heck to watch that guy this afternoon on the news. I guess it was at noon. On the news talking. He had this like perfect mask and it clipped together nice and everything. He had 3D printed it. And I was like, that's like 1 in a million off my printer. Can't say that really for sure because my printer, I haven't printed that much on it. I've only had it since last September, and then of course we've been busy. So we managed to get the Christmas presents we did to initially buy it, and since then I haven't spent much time. But boy, is it going to get a workout now! It's going to get a workout with trying to do all these masks. Anyway. And I don't feel confident enough to do some kind of Kickstarter and try to give them to lots of other people. These two pieces, which this one was done. It just fell apart. So you can see how big it is. It's not very big. It's the size of the palm of my hand. And this with it. So those two pieces took an hour and a half. Okay, so the mask that's going to go over my whole mouth like this, not to mention the one that I'm trying to do that's a plague mask, just the regular one that just comes across like that. It's a small, not small, but it's a heck of a lot bigger than these two pieces. This goes inside the front, and then this goes on the outside. So you can see, so that one's going to take this one took an hour. So that one's going to take 8 hours. And then the thing is, then it does stuff like this. So this is a good 45 minutes worth of work gone. Just gone. Yeah, because it had already done the other one. Only it had all got curvied too. It had finished, though. Well, at least I have some inserts. So if I need extra inserts later, I will have them for the inside. Anyway. And I just hope they all snap together like they're supposed to. The most recent things that I printed on the 3D printer was some things for the 3D printer itself. So to level the bed, I don't know, can you see it? To level the bed, there's little springs on all four corners, and so you have to turn the knobs, and the knobs were like this big, the tiny little knobs, and so you kind of reach around and trying to do that, and it was awful, just terrible. So I printed, 3D printed some pieces that were like this that went over the knobs. Well, guess what? They didn't fit. I did them. I trusted the guy that they were going to be the right size for this printer. Printed all four of them. Did them all at once. They were great. It worked great. And then I also did some little lifts. Usually you print on the printer, you use a piece of glass. I'm printing with PLA. And that's a different kind of, I'm sure, wait a minute. No, I'm printing with ABS. Typically, the easy one to print with is PLS. It usually goes and does really good. Now, I don't know what, there's just different kinds of filament you can buy. And the ABS is the kind that it has acetone in it. Even though it's stable once it's done, but you can put it in an acetone atmosphere and it'll get really smooth. So whereas the PLS will show all of the little the ridges. You hear that? I'm putting the little ridges on there. So this one here I could put into a bath and this would all get nice and glossy. It would slump a little bit to on the outside. And I have one of those ready for that. I don't know if it's big enough for the whole mask, but it's just about a half an hour in the acetone bath, and then you let it air out, and then it's all good. But it's an acetone based, I think, acetone, and then the PLA. And then there's you can actually buy filament that's got wood on it and metals in it and all sorts of things. So I was really excited to get the 3D printer. I just haven't had a chance to really work on it. So I don't know why I'm doing the dancing flowers. Other than I think it's fun. What the heck? I don't care not tell you the last time that I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning. It certainly wasn't New Year's Eve. Let's see. I think it was shortly after Dylan came back from New York. His dad and I and him sat around and we had some beers and just kind of enjoyed each other's company for an entire evening. Yeah, I think that was it. And I don't. So it's been since New Year's, but it has, yeah. So, and I didn't even realize what time it was. That's what happens. Anyway. Oh, let's see. Okay, Janine, let's see. You said, well, during this time, having a family with you is such a blessing. And then, unless those family members are toddlers. Yeah, I remember toddlers. I hope that they're not 3. You know, they say terrible 2s. It's not terrible 2s. It's terrible 3s. Anyway, it was with Dylan. Terrible 3s. The throwing himself on the ground. Trying to embarrass you wherever you go with some kind of fit. Yeah. But the thing is, his terrible threes didn't last the entire 3 year or the entire year of being three. It kind of lasted as long as we would actually put up with it, and we wouldn't put up with much. However, now as he's an adult, and we put up with him living with us. That's okay, because he does his part. And actually, it's a little less stressful for me having him home. Oh, and I'm so glad he's not in New York. Oh, I'm so glad he came back. It was such a blessing he came back from New York before all this stuff happened. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I'd like to try to keep these 20 minutes, but I just went to just chat, and it's a burner. It's a dumpster fire. Uh, so I had some failures today, but with those failures, I had three good things. I realized that I could go to bed after 1 and still get up at 5:30. And let's see. I started a project that I think is going to be a lot of fun. The plague mask. I've been kind of having fun with that idea for a while. Oh my, Janine. Um, I feel sorry for him. That yeah, he's a 3 and a 6 year old. Ooh, those are tough. I think the absolute worst though for me with Dylan was 13. Yeah. I think that honestly, I think that aliens came down and took him away and replaced him with somebody that I didn't know. And then, about 21 or so, maybe 22, they brought him back. So, I don't know. I don't get why they turn into craziness. They say it's hormones. They say it's your brain not being completely formed. I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. It's all conjecture, and it's all lies, just like the media always tells you lies. So, I think that's the worst part of this whole thing. No, that the worst part of this whole thing is that the government has kept me from going to work. They actually shut me down. That's why I'm going to put my ape lobe over there. But, however, I did manage to get my printer, get a printer at the house. It's just a 24-incher, but I can do some prints at home. And, I'm the only one there in the shop, so I don't understand. Hey, oh, is Colin on here? I can't, if Colin doesn't say anything, I don't know he's there. But hi. Yeah, I'm going to have to wind this down, but there's my 3D printing. One of the COVID-19, or, it's a face mask to use. I actually looked behind me trying to see the dang thing. I was trying to see whether or not it was, maybe I need to pull up the, no, it looks like it's still printing. It's not doing this. Oh, wait, where'd it go? I tossed it over here. So disgusted. It's not doing that yet. Anyway. Yep. Well, it looks like you and I, Janine, I'm going to have to get going. It's been fun. And let's see, we'll shut down everybody here. And I'm back on the Orville. Let's see. I want to save that one. And we'll see you tomorrow.